Outdoor YouTubers who didn't return home.
Storm de Buell was a 22-year-old Belgian YouTuber known for sharing his adventures across Northern Europe. He never spoke in any of his videos and instead used the ambient sounds of nature to make his viewers feel like they were right there with him. And while he started uploading,
So he was just a ponderer in his videos. Didn't say a word. Out there traveling, cooking, fishing, hiking, bro. That's just the life. Bro was uploading W content.
videos in August of 2024, he'd actually been solo camping ever since he was just 19 years old. At one point,
Damn.
he even biked over 3,700 miles.
Look at this. This is beautiful, bro. I want to go to a place like this. This is beautiful, bro. How did he find this area? Of course, he's not in the United States, but God.
Or over 6,000 kilometers across Sweden all on his own. So he had plenty of experience surviving in the wilderness alone. However, when nature turns unpredictable, even the most prepared adventurers find themselves struggling to survive. Tragically, that's exactly what happened with Storm on the night of October 29th, 2024. He was recording another video, this time traveling through the Jokkmokk region located in the Swedish Lapland, known for its beautiful snowy vistas and frequent aurora sightings. Now
I
Storm
want to go
usually
to Sweden. Now, like, bro, Sweden. I've been hearing so much about Sweden. How it's a chill town, it's nice and small and cozy like this. Like the wilderness, the fucking sky when it's nighttime, bro. Gotta go to Sweden now.
parked his car in a nearby town and then ventured into the wilderness on foot with his camping gear. These trips often lasted multiple days, sometimes even a whole week before he made it back. October 29th was the last day of one of these trips. He was making his way back and was only a day's walk away from his car. But it was quickly getting dark and continuing to walk would have been extremely dangerous. So Storm made the decision to set up his tent and sleep for the night. A cold breeze was already sweeping through the region, prompting Storm to mound snow around his tent as a makeshift barrier before going to sleep. Unfortunately, nothing could have prepared him for the extreme weather he was about to encounter. Because just a few hours after setting his tent, the Jokkmokk region got hit by an intense blizzard with winds reaching up to 75 miles.
He just was dealt a very shit hand while trying to camp, bro. A very shit hand. He's brave for even trying to camp in the snow in the first place. If I was going out there camping and hiking, bro, the snow is not an option. If it's snowing, I'm staying inside. I hate the cold. I can't stand it.
Or around 120 kilometers per hour. Snow quickly started piling up all around his tent as well. But worst of all, the temperature not only fell below freezing to 21 Fahrenheit or -6 Celsius, the strong wind made it feel as cold as 0 Fahrenheit or -18 Celsius. Maybe he realized the gravity of his situation at this point and wanted to contact his loved ones. Because at around midnight, his friend received a video of him showing his tent getting torn apart by the terrifyingly strong wind, with him stating, "Tonight it's going to get worse, Jesus Christ." He also called
He ain't try to.
his grandmother right after and reassured her of his safety, stating, "It's snowing heavily here, but don't worry, I'll survive, you know." Then at
So he didn't think to call anyone of showing his tent getting destroyed, saying, "Hey, bro, I need some help. Come and get me if you can, bro. Send someone here." He telling everybody, "Oh, I'll survive," after stating a video of your camp getting destroyed.
2:36 a.m.,
No.
the Swedish authorities received an SOS call from Storm. He reported multiple injuries, including a broken nose, and requested immediate help.
Damn.
Unfortunately, the strong wind made it impossible to reach him with a helicopter, and the
How did he get a broken nose? What happened?
snow obstructed any rescue efforts on the ground. The blizzard eventually subsided at around 10 a.m., and the rescuers rushed to Storm's last known location. Sadly, by the time they found him, it was already too late. The lower half of his body had turned purple due to the extreme cold, and even the blood on his face from the broken nose was frozen solid. Oddly
God.
enough, he was found roughly 1.6 miles or 2.6 kilometers away from his collapsed tent. It's unclear if he was forced to ditch the tent after it collapsed or if he set out before that happened. In either case, he was walking towards his car when he likely fell, broke his nose, and then contacted the authorities. The only silver lining in Storm's tragic end is that at least he died doing what he loved, as he told his father when he first started going on these solo camping trips. "Dad, it took me a long time to know what I wanted, but that's what I want."
Damn, imagine that outdoor boys, the amount of times that they camped in the snow. Half of the videos of them camping in the snow, especially with the sun and all that, bro, doing the snow is very, very brave, I can see, because of snowstorms and shit. Rest in peace to that dude, though.
Hannah Rose Moody was a 31-year-old YouTuber and influencer from Scottsdale, Arizona. And while most of her content on YouTube revolved around her faith as a Christian, her Instagram account posted mostly different content. There, she made regular posts about her hiking adventures across the rocky desert terrain of Arizona. Hitting the trails several times a week had become a natural part of her routine ever since she moved to Arizona 6 months earlier. And May 21st was supposed to be no different. She got up early and quickly drove to the Gateway Trailhead located in the McDowell Sonoran Preserve. She parked her car and began the roughly 4.5-mile or 7-kilometer hike across the loop trail. It was a moderately challenging trail with a rocky path and noticeable elevation changes, but nothing Hannah hadn't tackled before. She felt fairly confident she could finish the hike in under 3 hours and even made plans to hang out with friends at lunch. Unfortunately, what started as just another ordinary hike ended with a devastating tragedy. Her friends were the first to sense something was wrong when Hannah didn't show up for lunch on time. She didn't send any messages about running late and wasn't picking up her phone either. It wasn't like her to ghost people out of nowhere. So, after waiting at the restaurant for many hours, her friends decided to check on Hannah at her home at around 7:50 p.m., hoping she was simply resting after a tough hike. But when they arrived at her house, her car was
Hopefully she was
missing from the driveway, the lights were off, and the door was locked. Seeing this, they immediately contacted the authorities. They found her car still parked at the trailhead, and it wasn't long before the search party was looking for Hannah across the Gateway Loop Trail with helicopters, drones, and canines. The search was eventually called off at 11:30 p.m. due to the darkness, and resumed the next morning with even more people partaking in the search. This went on till about 12:05 p.m. when a helicopter pilot made the heartbreaking discovery Hannah's friends and family were dreading all night. Just 600 yards off the trail, rescuers discovered the remains of Hannah Moody lying face down on the desert ground. Hannah was dead, and likely had been for several hours. However, there was
What the fuck killed her? What?
nothing that
The
could
trail is like anything, you will just fall off and just die because you're just on the trail. There's nothing you can trip on or something like that. Probably an animal or something.
explain
But he'll
her
tell
end
us
right
but-
away. There were no signs of foul play, no intoxicating substances were found in her system, and she didn't even have any serious head injuries from a fall or stumble. With that, the only explanation investigators were able to come up with was that Hannah lost her life due to extreme heat. You see, the temperature
that
in the
makes the
Gateway
most
Trail
sense.
region soared to over 102 Fahrenheit, or about 39 Celsius the day prior when Hannah was hiking. She likely suffered from a heat stroke and wandered off the designated path in confusion before collapsing and eventually passing away, leaving her YouTube and Instagram videos as an unintentional final goodbye to her loved ones.
That's it? Bro, what? But damn.
Finn Creaney was a 33-year-old survival expert from the Pitt County area in Scotland. Utilizing the skills he had, Finn operated a survival school in the area called Wildcat Bushcraft, teaching kids general wilderness survival skills as well as bushcraft, which, for those who don't know, includes things like foraging, hunting, and building shelter out of natural materials. The business was also accompanied by a YouTube channel of the same name, where Finn shared his knowledge and experience with the world for free.
I feel like I've seen this guy before. He looks oddly familiar.
His content was both informative and entertaining, allowing him to slowly build a small but loyal audience. What these viewers didn't realize, however, was that one day, this very channel would also play a role in Finn's
Hold up, bro. I gotta get the nice nose spray thing. My fucking nose is stuffed. Ugh. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. Whew. Hope y'all won't be sniffing in the middle of the fucking video.
tragic end. Things went south on the 25th of March 2022 when Finn was dropped off at the B873 road near Loch Naver in Sutherland. His goal was to head south and hike the 45-mile distance to the small village of Golspie and make a video about the bushcrafting skills he had used along the way. Now, his family knew the journey would take more than a day, so they weren't too concerned when he didn't reach his destination right away. But then 3 days passed and there was no sign of Finn anywhere. Even more concerning was the fact that he didn't make any contact throughout this time, with every call from his family going straight to voicemail.
It's just sudden disappearances, bro. Like, they just gone in the middle of the hiking trip.
So, on day 3, Finn's father called the police and filed a missing person report. all while holding on to the hope that his son was simply lost, had broken his phone, or was just taking his time on the hike. Sadly, that couldn't have been further from the truth. In reality, Finn had somehow vanished from the area without a trace. And despite the police spending months searching the area surrounding Loch Naver, they couldn't find a single clue about his current whereabouts. Finn was even featured on a British unsolved mystery-style show about missing people called Vanished, but that also led nowhere. However, even after a
I also wonder, like, do these people think, like, their last thoughts on this hiking trip, like, they're probably thinking, fuck, they're never gonna find me, bro. How is anybody gonna know where I am or something like that, bro? That's probably their last thoughts right before the life just ended, bro.
year of fruitless searching, his father Mark didn't give up and kept looking for his son on his own. And after 19 months of following the same routine, he
19 months? A year and 7 months? Damn.
finally found the first real clue, Finn's backpack, partially hidden in the
Only
bushes
a
along
clue, and it's only his
bank of
backpack. Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro.
While Mark never disclosed exactly what was inside, it gave him and the rest of Finn's family reason to believe that Finn had tried to take a shortcut across the loch and ended up drowning by accident. So, after searching for his body for a few more months, they made the tough decision to stop searching and accept the fact that Finn was truly gone. That said, many on the internet find it hard to believe that Finn actually tried to swim across the Naver and lost control in the process. Many asked why a professional survivalist would make such a rookie mistake, especially when he still had a multiple miles long journey ahead of him, even if he had somehow made it across the Loch Naver.
That is true. He probably got attacked by an animal, bro. Lock on life. They can't find his body, and like the way describing how he died, bro, he had to get attacked by a random animal. But when he found his book bag, there was probably not any. There was not any blood. He didn't mention any blood being on his book bag. But either way, he still could have got attacked by an animal, or something happened with him getting attacked, and he just vanished off the earth. No way he could have drowned, swimming in a deep ass lake with not being prepared, because that'd be a very dumb thing to say. Very dumb thing to do. That's what the viewer said. So he had to get attacked by an animal.
This doubt has given rise to many alternative theories that attempt to explain his mysterious disappearance. These range from fairly out there speculations like Finn doing this to fake his own death and build a new life, to some truly chilling hypotheticals like Finn going into the loch on purpose to end it all. Unfortunately, there just isn't enough evidence to confirm or deny any of these theories. What exactly happened to Finn remains a mystery to this day.
That's sad, bro.
Andrew Cross was a 36-year-old outdoor YouTuber from Grand Junction, Colorado. His channel, Desert Drifter, featured content that could only be described as archaeology mixed with exploration. He visited and made videos about any place he found interesting, from thousands years old stone walls to abandoned German spy caves from World War II.
What?
Beyond just being educational, his videos also boasted top-tier production quality, helping Andrew
You can legally search that? Bro, that's so cool. I gotta see
amass
that.
a massive audience in just 14 months on YouTube. Most importantly, his viewers loved his content and eagerly waited for the next upload. But then Andrew suddenly stopped posting after his upload in January 2025. Some assumed he was simply taking a break, while others figured the delay was due to his next video taking longer to produce. It wasn't until the 2nd of February that viewers received the truth from Andrew's wife, Evelyn, and it was far worse than any of his fans could have imagined. Andrew had gotten into a horrible car accident.
Damn.
He was waiting at a stoplight on the intersection between 1st Street and North Avenue in Grand Junction while on his way back from shooting a video about the Bears Ears National Monument in Utah on January 31st, 2025. When, out of nowhere, an out-of-control car rear-ended Andrew at an extremely high speed, resulting in his car flipping over and causing severe brain damage. He was rushed to a nearby hospital almost immediately. Unfortunately, it was already too late. He spent over a month in the ICU and was put on life support. During this time, it became abundantly clear that Andrew sadly had no chance of recovering from his injuries. So, on March 4th at around 10:50 a.m., his family made the difficult decision to let him rest and remove the life support system keeping him on the edge of life. This was devastating news for his hundreds of thousands of fans who were blissfully looking forward to his next upload not too long ago. These fans also banded together and raised over $544,000 for Andrew's family in their time of need.
Absolutely.
As for the person responsible for the crash, named Ragnar Nicholas Crystal, he was arrested.
How the fuck is he okay if he hit him from the back at high speed? How? He looks perfectly fine. How?
20 days later on February 21st and was later charged with vehicular homicide and driving.
How
under
did he
the
survive
influence.
that, bro? That's
He's still
so
awaiting
crazy.
conviction at the time of writing.
Damn, rest in peace to all the people that lost their lives doing what they love. And also especially the last guy with that unexpected crash. That was so sad. But okay, I might make a channel of me just hiking and just going out hiking, doing shit. I'm gonna do vlogs like here, like, you know, the random skate vlogs when I go out of town or some shit. But hiking and nature and all that, I love that. So I'm dead ass might make a channel about that one day. You never know. I don't know.